Okay, so what is remote viewing? RV is the practice of seeking impressions about a distant or unseen target for the purpose of using extrasensory perception or sensing it with your mind. Typically, a remote viewer is expected to give information about an object, event, person, or location that is hidden from physical view and separated at a distance. So, let's touch on a bit of history about remote viewing. Parapsychologists Russell Targ and Harold Puthoff are researchers at Stanford Research Institute. They're generally credited with coining the term remote viewing to distinguish it from the closely related concept of clairvoyance. Although, according to Targ, the term was first suggested by Ingo Swann in December of 1971 during an experiment at the American Society for Psychical Research in New York City. Remote viewing was popularized in the 1990s upon the declassification of certain documents related to the Stargate project. That was a $20 million research program that had started in 1975 and was sponsored by the U.S. government in an attempt to determine any potential military application of psychic phenomenon. The program supposedly was terminated in 1995. The study of psychic phenomenon by major scientists started in the mid-19th century. Their work predominantly involved carrying out focused experimental tests on specific individuals who were thought to be psychically gifted. Reports of apparently successful tests were met with much skepticism from the scientific community. In the 1930s, J.B. Rhine expanded the study of paranormal performance into larger populations by using standard experimental protocols with unselected human subjects. But, as with earlier studies, Rhine was reluctant to publicize the work too early because of the fear of criticism from mainstream scientists. In 2001 and 2002, the UK government performed a study on 18 untrained subjects. The experimenters recorded the E field and the H field around each viewer to see if the cerebral activity was successful viewings caused higher than usual fields to be emitted from the brain. Some narrowband E fields were detected during the viewings, but they were attributed to external causes. The experiment was disclosed in 2007 after a UK Freedom of Information request. So, how can this happen? As humans, we can all connect to this source energy, unifying all of us across time, space, and far beyond. In fact, we all do so every night as we quiet down our individual linear thinking minds and enter the area of unconscious sleep. We contend that all minds are connected to a collective unconscious. Source energy goes well beyond the level of the collective unconscious of man. It also governs the natural and biological worlds and much, much more. It is the infinite intelligence itself. When human beings sleep, their brain rests, and their linear thinking mind lowers its electrical activity to below 4 cycles per second. The brain vibrates at a low hum and stops filtering the awareness of the higher mind and stops overplaying it with our own conscious thoughts. So, this is just a little bit on remote viewing and what it is and a little bit of its history. I'd really like to hear in the comments whether or not you think remote viewing is possible or not, and why or why not you've drawn that conclusion. Alright, thanks a lot for your time, and I hope everyone has a good day.